A hotel employee glanced at Keanu Reeves and saw nothing special, just a man in a faded black t-shirt, worn jeans, and scuffed sneakers. She did not see a global icon. She did not see a man who had donated millions in silence. She did not see someone who had come to change lives. What she saw was someone who did not look important, so she made him wait. 2 hours would pass before anyone realized the mistake they had made, and when the truth finally surfaced, the entire building would fall silent. Under the bright summer sky of downtown Chicago, the glass towers reflected sunlight like blades of silver. The streets pulsed with ambition, luxury cars gliding past, business people moving with urgency, tourists lifting their phones toward the skyline. Through this world walked a man who blended into it effortlessly. No entourage, no luxury watch, no tailored suit. Just a canvas backpack over one shoulder, calm eyes, and an unhurried stride. Keanu Reeves stopped before the towering entrance of the Regency Crown Hotel, one of the most exclusive hotels in the city, a place known for hosting CEOs, politicians, and celebrities who arrived in black cars with tinted windows. The automatic doors slid open. Cool air washed over him, scented with polished wood, fresh orchids, and expensive perfume. Inside, the lobby rose like a cathedral of wealth, marble floors gleaming beneath crystal chandeliers, velvet seating arranged in perfect symmetry, soft classical music floating through the air. Everything whispered importance. Guests in tailored suits and designer dresses moved through the space as if it belonged to them. Staff members in crisp uniforms glided across the floor with rehearsed precision, their smiles warm and selective. Keanu stepped inside quietly. He paused for a moment, taking in the space, not with awe, but with quiet observation. Places like this were familiar to him, but he had never felt the need to look like he belonged. He walked toward the reception desk. Behind it stood a woman with immaculate posture and flawless makeup. Her name tag read Melissa. Her hair was pulled into a perfect bun, not a strand out of place. She looked up. Her eyes moved quickly over him. Face, shirt, jeans, shoes. The evaluation took less than 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, a conclusion formed. Not important. She had seen famous people before. They arrived with assistants, with stylists, with the unmistakable armor of wealth. This man had none of that. So she offered a polite smile, thin, distant. "Welcome to the Regency Crown. Do you have a reservation?" Keanu returned her smile, warm and genuine. "Good morning. I have an appointment with Mr. David Langford at 11. My name is Keanu Reeves." Her fingers tapped at the keyboard. She found the name. She did not look impressed. "Yes, I see it," she said flatly, already losing interest. She gestured toward the seating area without meeting her eyes. "Have a seat. The manager is busy." No water, no apology, no estimated wait, just 5 words. Keanu nodded. "Thank you." She did not respond. He turned and walked toward a leather bench near the tall windows. Sunlight cut across the marble floor in sharp geometric patterns. He set his backpack beside him and sat down. He had come for a reason. Keanu was planning a charity gala, an event to raise funds for children battling cancer. 500 guests, industry leaders, fellow actors, full payment prepared in advance.
He had lost someone he loved to the disease. Since then, he had given quietly. No press, no speeches, just help. Today, he wanted to make something bigger happen. But none of that showed on the surface. To the people in this lobby, he was just another man waiting. Minutes passed. Across the room, the doors opened again. A man in a tailored suit entered, his watch glinting under the chandelier. Melissa's posture changed instantly. She stood. Her smile bloomed. "Good morning, sir. Welcome back. Mr. Langford is expecting you. Please follow me." She stepped out from behind the desk and escorted him personally toward the inner corridor. Keanu watched. The contrast was impossible to miss. He did not feel anger. He felt something quieter, heavier. A sadness for all the people who walked into places like this every day. Teachers, nurses, parents. People who saved for months just to be here. How were they treated? He glanced at his watch. 11:05. His appointment time had passed. No one had called his name. And in the heart of luxury, a man in simple clothes sat unnoticed. unaware that this wait was only the beginning. Time moved differently inside the Regency Crown. Outside, the city surged forward, traffic pulsing, sunlight shifting, life unfolding at full speed. Inside the lobby, minutes stretched like hours, thick and heavy, as if the air itself resisted movement. Keanu sat quietly by the tall windows, watching light crawl across the marble floor. 11:05 became 11:15. 11:15 became 11:30. No one approached him. No one offered water. No one offered an update. No one even glanced in his direction. From his seat, he observed the rhythm of the hotel. Every few minutes, the glass doors slid open. And every time they did, he saw the same pattern repeat. A woman entered wearing diamonds that caught the chandelier's glow. Before she reached the desk, Melissa stood, her voice warm and bright. "Welcome, ma'am. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. May I offer you tea or coffee?" Moments later, a silver tray appeared. Then came two men in tailored suits, speaking in low, confident tones. Melissa stepped around the counter, guiding them with deference. "This way, gentlemen. The lounge has been prepared for you." No questions, no waiting. Just immediate access. Keanu remained where he was. A man in a faded t-shirt. A name on a screen. A presence without weight. He thought of the parents he had met in hospital corridors, eyes hollow from sleepless nights, clothes worn from weeks spent at bedsides. He imagined one of them walking into this lobby. Would they be offered a seat? A smile? A moment of dignity? Or would they be told to wait? The thought settled deep in his chest. Across the room, two young employees stood near a service counter. They spoke in low voices, unaware that sound carried in the open space. "Is that really Keanu Reeves?" one whispered. The other glanced toward him and shrugged. "Maybe. But look at him. Doesn't seem like he's doing very well anymore." The first chuckled softly. "Guess fame doesn't last forever." "No point wasting time on someone like that," the second replied. "Let him wait." They laughed quietly and turned away. Keanu heard every word. His expression did not change. He had been invisible before. Long before fame. Long before red carpets. He remembered what it felt like to be overlooked, to be dismissed without a second thought. The difference now was simple. He could leave. And yet, he didn't. He looked down at his watch.
11:45. Nearly an hour had passed. Still nothing. He rose and walked back to the reception desk. Melissa looked up, irritation flickering in her eyes. "Yes?" she asked. "I just wanted to check," Keanu said calmly. "My appointment was for 11. Could you tell me how much longer it might be?" She turned back to her screen. "The manager is still busy." "I understand," he replied. "But is there an estimate? 10 minutes? 20? She finally met his gaze. Her eyes were cool. "Today is very full. We have many important clients." The word landed with intention. He nodded. "I see. Thank you." As he turned away, she exhaled sharply, annoyed at having been interrupted by someone who did not belong. Keanu returned to his seat. The clock on the wall ticked forward. 12 o'clock. An hour late. He sat in silence, watching privilege move freely through the lobby while he remained anchored to the bench. A man without a suit. A guest without urgency. A name without weight. He did not know how long this would continue, but somewhere deep inside, a quiet resolve began to form. He would not leave. The lobby continued its elegant performance. Guests flowed in. Staff smiled. Luggage rolled across marble. The chandeliers remained warm and unmoving above it all, indifferent to the small human dramas unfolding beneath them. Keanu remained seated. 12:05. 12:10. More than an hour had passed since his scheduled appointment. He watched another man enter. Mid-40s. Expensive cologne. Tailored blazer. Confidence stitched into every step. Melissa stood so quickly her chair scraped the floor.
"Good afternoon, sir. Welcome back. Mr. Langford will see you immediately." She did not ask his name. She already knew he mattered. Keanu stood, not in anger, not in protest, just in quiet certainty. He walked toward the desk once more. Melissa's smile faded the moment she recognized him. "Yes?" she asked, her tone clipped. "I've been waiting for over an hour now," Keanu said evenly. "My appointment was at 11. Could you please let Mr. Langford know that I'm here?" Her fingers paused over the keyboard. She looked up. For the first time, there was irritation in her eyes. "Sir, I already told you. The manager is very busy today." "I understand," he replied. "But I do have a scheduled meeting." She sighed. And then she said it. "If you want VIP treatment, you should look like a VIP." The words fell softly, but they cut deeply. Keanu held her gaze. Around them, the lobby continued moving, unaware that a line had just been crossed. "I'm not asking for special treatment," he said quietly. "Only the courtesy of the appointment I was given." She glanced past him, toward a group of well-dressed guests approaching the entrance. "This is a luxury hotel," she said. "We serve distinguished clients, people who come prepared." Prepared, Keanu realized, did not mean punctual. It meant presentable. It meant wealth made visible. It meant belonging. "I came here to book your grand ballroom," he said calmly, "for a charity event. 500 guests. Full payment." She hesitated, just for a moment. Then she smiled again. Then, dismissive. "Sir, perhaps a smaller venue would suit your needs better." He understood then. It did not matter what he intended to do. It did not matter who he was. What mattered was what he looked like. He nodded once. "Thank you for your honesty." He turned and walked back toward the windows. Behind him, he heard a quiet laugh from the service counter.
"Washed up," someone murmured. Keanu sat. He did not feel humiliation. He felt clarity. He thought of the children in hospital rooms, of parents gripping hope with trembling hands, of people who walked into places like this every day, carrying invisible battles. If they were treated this way, then something was broken. He glanced at his watch. 12:20. Nearly 90 minutes. The decision settled inside him, not sudden, not dramatic, just inevitable. He stood, not to leave, but to be seen. Keanu's footsteps echoed softly across the marble as he moved away from the waiting area. He did not raise his voice. He did not demand attention. He simply walked toward the corridor marked "Staff Only." Behind the reception desk, Melissa noticed the shift too late. "Sir, excuse me," she called out, rising from her chair. "You can't go in there." Keanu paused with his hand on the frosted glass door. "I have an appointment," he said calmly. "I've been waiting for nearly an hour and a half." "That area is restricted," she insisted, her composure cracking. "Guests are not permitted beyond this point." He turned to face her. There was no anger in his eyes, only quiet resolve. "I've waited long enough." And with that, he pushed the door open. The corridor beyond was hushed and dimmer, carpet replacing marble, wood-paneled walls lined with brass nameplates. Each step carried him farther from the world of chandeliers and closer to the heart of authority. Assistant manager, operations director, guest relations. At the end of the hallway stood a larger door. David Langford, general manager. Keanu knocked once, then opened it. The office was immaculate, polished desk, framed art, a panoramic view of the city skyline. Behind a desk sat David Langford, feet propped up, phone in hand, a half-finished coffee cooling beside him. He looked up. Who are you?" Langford backed. Keanu stepped inside. "My name is Keanu Reeves. I had an appointment with you at 11. Langford's eyes narrowed as they scanned him. Shirt, jeans, shoes. Recognition flickered, but respect did not. "You walked in here unannounced," Langford snapped. "That's not how things work." "I waited,"
Keanu replied. For 90 minutes. Langford leaned back, folding his arms. I've had important clients all morning. I am a client, he said. I came to book your grand ballroom for a charity gala. Langford's lips curved in a faint, patronizing smile. A charity event, he repeated. Mr. Reeves, do you have any idea what this venue costs? Keanu met his gaze steadily. Are you judging my ability to pay based on how I'm dressed? Langford shrugged. This is the real world. Appearances matter. If you want to be taken seriously, you should present yourself accordingly. The room felt smaller, heavier. Keanu took a slow step forward. Do you know what defines a person's worth? He asked softly. It isn't a suit, or a watch, or how they look when they walk through a door. Langford scoffed. It's how they treat others, Keanu continued, especially those who can give them nothing in return. Before Langford could respond, the office door opened behind him. Footsteps entered. Confident, measured, powerful. A man in a dark suit stepped inside, silver hair framing a face carved by authority. Langford's color drained. Mr. Carter? He stammered. The man's gaze shifted past him and locked onto Keanu. A smile broke across his face. Keanu, he said warmly. The room fell silent.
Because the man who had just walked in was the owner of the entire hotel chain. David Langford stood frozen behind his desk. The man he had dismissed. The man he had judged. The man he had kept waiting was now being greeted like an old friend. The owner stepped forward, his expression filled with genuine warmth. Keanu, it's been years, he said, extending his hand. The last time I saw you was at the Foundation Gala in New York. Keanu returned the handshake with a calm nod. It's good to see you again, Mr. Carter. Langford's mind struggled to catch up. Foundation? Gala? New York? His eyes darted between them. You know each other? He asked weakly. Mr. Carter turned slowly toward him. Know him? He repeated. David, this man has donated more to children's cancer foundations than most corporations earn in a decade. Langford's face drained of color. Keanu spoke quietly. I came here to book the grand ballroom, 500 guests, a charity event for children battling cancer. I had an appointment at 11. Mr. Carter checked his watch. It's past 12:30. The silence became unbearable. You made him wait? Mr. Carter asked. Langford swallowed. There must have been some misunderstanding. I've had many important clients today. Mr. Carter's voice lowered. More important than him? Langford had no answer. Keanu did not raise his voice. He did not accuse. He simply said, I waited in your lobby while guests in expensive suits were escorted inside. I was told that if I wanted VIP treatment, I should look like a VIP. Mr. Carter's jaw tightened. Show me the footage, he said. Minutes later, a tablet lay on the desk. They watched. Keanu arriving. Melissa's cold glance. The dismissive gesture. The passing time. The laughter. The different rules. When the screen went dark, Mr. Carter did not speak immediately. The room felt like it was holding its breath. Finally, he turned to Langford. You are suspended, he said calmly. Effective immediately. You will be transferred to a smaller branch. Your salary will be reduced. And you will complete ethics training before you ever manage another guest. Langford's knees nearly gave way. Then Mr. called for Melissa. She entered, trembling. You judged a man's worth by his clothes, Mr. Carter said. That ends today. One more incident like this, and you are gone. Tears filled her eyes. Keanu finally spoke. I didn't come here to get anyone fired, he said softly. I came here for children who are fighting for their lives. He looked at Mr. Carter. But I have to ask, if I wasn't famous, if I were just an ordinary man, would anyone have cared? The question hung in the air, and for the first time, no one had an answer. No one in the room spoke. The weight of Keanu's question lingered like a shadow. If I weren't famous, would anyone have cared? Mr. Carter looked at him for a long moment. The authority in his posture softened, replaced by something far rarer in men of power, honesty. You're right, he said quietly, and that is on us. He turned back toward Langford and Melissa. This isn't just about one guest. It's about what kind of place we've become. A hotel that measures human worth by fabric and labels has already failed. He paused. That changes today. Langford stood in silence, no defense left. Melissa's shoulders shook as she wiped her eyes. Keanu did not look triumphant. He looked tired. "I don't want special treatment," he said. "I don't want free sweets or privileges.
What I want is simple. Every person who walks through these doors should feel human, not small, not invisible." Mr. Carter nodded slowly. "You have my word," he said. "Across every branch, every guest will be treated with the same dignity, no matter how they look." That afternoon, Keanu walked out of the Regency Crown wearing the same faded black t-shirt and worn jeans. No one on the street recognized him. No one knew he had just changed an entire system, and that was exactly how he wanted it. 2 weeks later, the grand ballroom glowed beneath hundreds of lights. 500 guests filled the space: actors, executives, donors, but also every single employee from the Regency Crown. Not as staff, as honored guests. They sat beside celebrities, shared tables with power. For one evening, they were not invisible. By the end of the night, $2.4 million had been raised for children battling cancer. Somewhere near the back of the room, Melissa stood quietly, watching parents speak with doctors, watching hope form in small, fragile smiles. For the first time, she understood. Langford never returned to luxury hotels. He left the industry. Months later, he opened a small coffee shop on the edge of the city. No chandeliers, no marble, just wooden tables and warm light. Construction workers came in with dusty boots, students with torn backpacks, elderly couples holding hands, and Langford greeted every single one of them the same way. "Good morning. I'm glad you're here." One evening, a litter arrived. There was no return address. Inside, only a few lines. "Every person carries a story you cannot see. Treat them like they matter, because they do. Keanu." Langford framed it, and every day before opening his doors, he read it. Because true worth is never measured by what we wear. It is measured by how we treat those who can offer us nothing in return. Have you ever been judged by how you look? Or discovered that someone you dismissed was far more than they seemed? Share your story.